and welcome to West Underground. Today we have one of the best live bands of Sydney. We have none other than the Dead Riders joining us. Now, guys, how have you been? Have you been through this whole lockdown period?
Good. Well, it's a bit frustrating not being able to do much. I guess we haven't really had a jam in how long, guys? Forever.
It's about 2 months, 3 months.
So that's a bit, especially for a band like us. We're like super live. We like playing shows, and not being able to do any of those things, not even a jam, really sucks.
Yeah.
But we're staying positive.
Oh, that's good, man. Well, thank you, Diego, for sending in your little jam to the West Underground page. So,
not a problem. Thanks for having me.
Give you the praise on camera as well.
Thanks, man.
But going back to the start of your, the career of your band, how did you guys get your start, and how did you, what's the story?
Well, we've been playing for how long? Like, Ali, how long have we been playing for?
Well, as the Dead Riders for about 8 years now, on and off, but really started to ramp it up maybe about 5 years ago or so. Luckily, Diego it's well known and loved in the scene, so that's helped us a lot getting gigs and obviously this sort of initiatives, which is makes things a lot easier. And but Diego and I have known each other for a very long time, like years from where we were both born and raised in Colombia. So we've been here in Australia for a long time, and we played for a long time. But as a trio, Diego, obviously I met Jackson through Diego, and we started playing and then going through a lot of the songs that Diego had initially put together, and then slowly finding, I guess, our own sound, and I guess the rest is history.
Yeah, I guess it took us a while to start playing live because it was mainly my songs, and then these guys came in and changed everything, which is great. It's what makes us us. But it was a bit of a long process when we first started writing. We play the songs just kind of for fun, and then we were like, "Oh, this sounds kind of good. Let's play some shows." That's how we started.
Beautiful, man. And I'm so glad you when we started this interview, I was wondering, do you guys have a bit of Spanish background? And then you've just cleared the air there, and 2 Colombians in the band. Oh man,
I went over that question. Sorry, I tend to overspeak sometimes. If you give me the platform, So sometimes we forget, because we've been here for so long already. We forget kind of like that's us. I mean, obviously that's where you see the names and stuff. But it's funny. I mean, that hasn't really maybe played into the music much. I don't know what you think, Diego, because we've always loved rock, and we used to be massive metalheads back home and stuff. And so it's never really been a thing, other than for Jackson to make jokes about our accents. And,
it has to be done. I'm just jealous. I'm just a dirty rotten coastie, so I had to bring him back down to. So I was brought up in Port Macquarie, so it's like worlds apart. So yeah, that's the sound. Colombia, Port Macquarie.
It's a good blend.
And boys, have you taught him any Spanish?
We actually did, I think last year during lockdown. Was it during the lockdown or in between lockdowns? We did a little live thing for Colombia, for a festival in Colombia, and then we did one of our songs, and we sang it in Spanish, and Jack had to learn the chorus because Jack does a lot of the singing, so he had to learn that, and he's also learned a couple of funny sentences here and there.
Yeah, they stitch me up with as they do. But we were just before we went into lockdown, we were supposed to play a gig at a local bar in Marrickville, and it's run by a Spanish dude, and Diego got I don't know how you guys got in touch, and so we're doing a bunch of covers and playing them in Spanish. So I've learned a bunch of choruses in Spanish as well, so I can join in, because I'm used to singing, so I'm not used to just playing. And I was like, you're going to have to teach me some words, because I can't just sit back and play guitar. I'm too fidgety for that shit. So
are the songs you're covering Spanish songs or English songs?
No, they're all English songs. It's a Peruvian restaurant, and they want to have, like, the guy that owns it really loves punk, and so he wants to put a night where there's a band playing punk covers but in Spanish. So we're just doing covers of a bunch of random songs, English songs, but singing them in Spanish.
Yeah, it's been super fun. We were really looking forward to it, and then I think it was the week before the last lockdown. So
it was.
Yeah, it was pretty shit. I put a lot of effort into learning all those Spanish songs.
Yeah, Diego's put a lot of effort trying to teach you Spanish. That's not going to be in vain, hopefully.
No. Well, hopefully we'll get to do it again. I drove past there the other day, and they were doing like takeaways out the front. So they're still kicking. Yeah, Pepitos. Check them out in Marrickville.
That's right.
Well, learning Spanish would be good to pick up girls as well in that region. So you didn't really waste learning the language.
It's not all in vain. Right. No.
Has it come in handy since learning a couple lines? Have you been able to show it off to anybody yet?
No one's really interested in lockdown at the moment. It's just
Well, good. You have a good point there. But we did have that period of time where there was a couple months where we could kind of come out of our house for a little bit. I'm just wondering if you got a moment there just to flex it a bit.
Nah.
Well, hopefully the day is coming for you.
Yes.
But anyway, off that subject of things, but guys, how'd you come up with the name? Like I when I imagined the story behind it, I'm thinking of the movie, like the Ghost Rider, but it's just a slight variation of that. But what's the story with the name?
I guess this story is not that exciting. We're just looking for a name. It has nothing to do with Ghost Rider, and I think I'd really like the Dead Lovers, but I don't think the guys liked the Dead Lovers at the time. So then we're like, all right, so we like the Dead. We need to find something else. And
we need another word
for a cool word. And then I can't even remember, is it Riders? And then we all thought that sounded really good. Like we liked it. It's got a swing to it.
Yeah.
And that was it. The Dead Riders were born.
Yeah.
Or risen from.
Yeah, that's it.
I like that. They were risen from. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I don't even remember how the name came. It's been so long. I don't remember how it came about. It's just sort of
Diego's got a bit of a country flavor to his riffs back in the day, especially. So I think it might have been born out of some of that, you know.
Yeah.
Ding 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 ding.
Yeah, there was a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit of twinking.
We've got some Colombian country riffs that we might bring back from the dead. There you go.
That's right.
Oh man,
that's a way better story, Jack. You should have started this conversation.
So, who Ember? You know, behind the music, like who are everybody's individual influences? I heard you boys say that you were metalheads back in Colombia, but what was it like? You know, who were you listening to? You know, in Colombia, were you listening to like South American metal bands or Western metal bands?
Yeah,
I guess it's a combination of both. Mainly Western metal bands. But there's a huge local scene in Colombia, and there was a couple of bands that we worship like crazy. Both me and Ali used to go to the same gigs all the time.
Yeah.
We even took lessons with a local metal band. He took lessons with the drummers, and I took with the guitarist.
Yeah.
But just the usual suspects, you know. Like I think the three of us are all massive Metallica fans. What other bands?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, just like for me, it was like the Megadeths, and I mean, as a drummer, all your drummer bands, right? Megadeth, Dream Theaters, and Tool not so much later, but Pantera, that sort of stuff. I guess in South America, the context of metal is a lot different than it is like in Australia or the States. Like metal is almost like a counterculture and stuff. So it's someone banging on my door. So there was a big love about that. It's still quite on the ground at the time. So there's a lot of South American bands that were quite big, which we really liked. But I guess as we grew older as well, you know, we sort of became a lot less angry about metal, and then started moving towards more like I guess like our biggest influence would be from you, D, like what you've done in your guitar space and stuff. And I've stopped playing double kick drum on every single song and every chorus. So that's kind of been my contribution to the band. Other than that, it's just been kind of following what the guys like Diego and Jackson have put together musically.
And
Yes,
Jack, who are
these
you
other bands
grew up
like,
in Port Macquarie?
Me, yeah, I'm a bit of a, like bit of a surf rat. So, 13, 14, listening to Grinspoon and Silverchair and shit like that, Drop D, like, not full scream. So I like to sing, like, I like melodies and shit like that. But then, got a bit older and got angrier and stuff like that. And I still like that shit, but I like everything, man. Like, Queens of the Stone Age, that sort of stuff. Like, I like some nice choruses, some heavy riffs as well. So anything, I'll listen to anything. Tool, I love Tool, that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'll turn it on the radio, man, and I'm happy to listen to anything that's got a good catchy riff or melody. So, but yeah, growing up in Port Macquarie, it was pretty typical coasty Australian. Friends of Rom was like my first gig at the local there, so it all started there, I guess. Yeah.
That's man, that's amazing. How did you end up in Sydney? I'm asking this question out of curiosity because you go up to Port and it's just so beautiful, and I wondered how you.
Yeah, why am I here? I know. I ask myself that question all the time. No, well, I guess just sort of like it might, like, I could see the beach from my classroom, so that didn't help my grades very well. I used to hide behind my board as the class would walk past for PE and shit like that, like for real. Go home sunburnt, and Mum would be like, why are you so sunburnt? Like, you've been at school all day. Because I've obviously not been at school, Mum. I've been at the beach. So the principal was like, you probably should just not bother with school anymore. And I don't know, I just love playing music and stuff. So I came down here to I went to a sound engineering school, and sort of just went from there. Just wanted to work and be around the industry and stuff like that. So came down here, met Diego. We both do audio engineers at the time, and just started talking music and playing music. And it's not the first time I've been in a band with a Colombian either. Like, I've been in, I don't know what it is about Colombians. I've had another Colombian drummer before as well. It's a thing. But
it must be the Colombian magnet. Is it the
good
same
people?
Women
Good
as well?
people. Good people. So yeah.
Cool, man. I've got the same story as you, except I didn't leave, to Paradise to come to Sydney. I left from Dubbo up in the. Oh
yeah. Well, that's the other group of people I've been in bands with. People from Dubbo. It's like, for real, Dubbo and Colombians. There you go. That's all you need.
Yeah, small world.
There you go, man.
Oh, anyway, I feel like I've been talking too much, Paul. I'll throw the mic over to you, mate.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask Jack. Are you still studying in audio engineering, or you're in a job?
No. Yeah, I got through that stuff and just went through the motions there, and working in production, and same with Diego, and we've crossed paths, and we actually work together now. So it's good.
Also, I've been listening to a few of your songs. Yeah, I was just gonna ask. I've been listening to a few.
Sorry, man. Sorry, you cut out then, dude.
Oh, that's all right. I was a bit laggy, is it?
Yeah, no, all good. Got you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I've been listening to a few of your songs. Do you guys purposely make the song sound more lyrical or more music? Like, what's more important for you guys making the music?
Melody or music, guys?
That's a tough question.
For me, it's melody. I think I really like the melody of songs, and then these guys are love riffs. So
I like to think that we try and find the nice middle ground. Like, for me, I guess it's always all about guitars and just like riffs. But I also enjoy singing quite a bit, and singing with Jack it's a pleasure. Like, he's such a great singer. It's just kind of fun to sing as well. So I just take the lead. I just follow him with the melody, and then I just enjoy the riffs.
Yeah. Look, it's like I guess that's been the challenging, trying to, especially when we're recording, trying to keep that live feel in the recording, because when you're singing live, it's just this guy's just red hot and sounds fucking good. but then trying to capture that in a recording has been quite difficult because it's almost so clean and everything kind of works really well. And that's been, I guess, a challenge for us to try to capture that sound, you know, those riffs and the drums and whatever, but also that energy that people like when we're playing live and stuff. And if we're lucky enough that there's a good audience, then that's, you know, I would like to say parts of the song are full melody and the other parts of the song are your riffy bits. And that's, I guess, what we like to kind of portray. But so hopefully when we go back to playing live, we can kind of bring that back.
Yeah, we got heaps of other songs as well. Like most of the stuff we've got on re-recorded ages ago. So we've got half finished shit for days, and you know, just being in and out of lockdowns for the last couple of years has been a bit of a bitch because we've got heaps of other songs ready to rock and roll, but they're kind of, we just need to get back into being able to hang out and record.
Just being in the same room together is a start.
Yeah,
Jack, I just want to go one deeper on this question and ask, like, do you reckon, like, I love song melodies and chasing that, but do you reckon, like, did you listen to the Beatles as a child, like when you were younger, in that kind of like 60s music? Oh, you.
But funnily enough, I've been smashing the Beatles. The 6 months I've never really got into it. Actually, we actually just finished recording a cover of Help, acoustic. So why do you ask that question?
Oh, why do I ask
the
that?
Beatles?
Oh man, I love the Beatles, and like that was like my first, like, the band that I really like fell in love with as a kid, and then all throughout, you know, music, I kind of reference it back to, you know, loving the Beatles as a kid. That's why I melody over different stuff.
I think I don't know, man. I think listening to, like, again, like I said, Silverchair, like as a kid, like, you know, he's got a lot of melodies, like, and some pretty intricate stuff, especially like, you know, the third album, I think it was, you know, orchestral, piano, guitars and stuff like that. I just really got into that shit. And every time I record something at home, just mucking around, I can't help it, like put some strings in and just go like full fucking string crazy. And you know, I do like that. But then again, like having guitar riffs come in over the top of that stuff's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But has lockdown been good for you guys, like in terms of writing songs? Have you been writing like individually and just kind of banking ideas, or have you tried sending projects to each other and working on it?
Yeah, well, I don't think I've been writing as much as I normally do. I find this whole not being. I think we work really well together. Like, if I start writing, for example, I have the same problem that Jackson has, and I write everything. So I just go and program drums and then program bass and add a million vocals. But then the reality is, once I show these guys, they're gonna go, okay, let's change this, let's change that, let's change that. So nowadays, I tend not to write so much at home. If anything, I come up with a couple of riffs and then I go, hey guys, I got these riffs. And I think that works better for us. So this time around, I haven't been writing so much. But what we've been doing is, like Jax was saying, is we've been kind of sending ideas around for covers and stuff like that. We did that Beatles covers, which is kind of fun and keeps us going a little bit.
That's cool, man. And like when you did the Beatles like cover, were you tempted to make it heavy, or did you do it as an acoustic piece just to kind of like chill on it a bit?
No, man, I was really keen to try and recreate like that. Just try and just redo it exactly the same. And you know, like, so Diego sent me some guitars because I tried to do it on guitar and sing, and I just couldn't get it. He sent me some guitars, and then I sang just the main, you know, the normal bit, and then he sent me some of those backing, you know, those sort of backing vocals that Paul McCartney does in the background, and then just tried to build it up and make it sound the same. And I've been doing that with a few other covers as well outside of this, just trying to actually recreate what they did, just to see if you can do that, like with sounds and with the recording process and stuff. It's a bit of a, you know, trying to reach that, trying to get those sounds that they got. This is a bit of a challenge, but it's not easy, obviously, because they're massive fucking hits. So It's not easy to recreate that with your little Rode mic up here.
But in saying that, I was just saying to Jack the other day, I would love to actually play that song in a heavier version. See if we can actually pull it off.
Oh, well, we actually put that as part of the set list, isn't it? For that gig that we're going to do and playing the covers. I think that's where that came from, but then we ended up just recording it acoustic.
That's right.
But yeah, we played it full blown. So looking forward to doing that.
That'll be cool, man. And like, I can't wait to hear it too. Like after hearing you explain that you're going after, those harmonies and stuff. That must be tricky. Is it tricky for you, or is it you can kind of start to see how they're doing it? Can you see the like their thinking when you're trying to recreate it?
It's I found with the beats that I did.
It's pretty.
The Paul McCartney beats. It's incredible what they did. Like you kind of realize how brilliant they were, because they just so out there, like so different to the way I think.
Yeah.
And once you get it, it's kind of easy. But getting there was a bit hard, at least for me. I don't know if it was hard for Jack, but it was a bit hard for me.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's pretty raw what they did, but they're just so talented that they just do it. And it's, I don't know, the beauty of having Logic and doing 15 takes compared to doing it on reel to reel.
That's right.
That's the difference. It's been fun. Look, it's good to have a little project. Sorry, mate.
Sorry, I was just going to say, when you talk about Beatles doing with that raw music, I was watching a documentary on Paul McCartney on Disney Plus, and when he was approached to do the James Bond theme in Live and Let Die, it took him an hour to make. It was like, I got it done in an hour. And it's just you got to be on some type of level to be obviously the Beatles.
Level. Yeah, I know. I watched some of the film clips. I'm like, does that dude even play the bass and sing? That's bullshit. Like he's playing these cool riffs, and I didn't even realize how good he was, to be honest. Like.
Yeah, he looks like he plays guitar, but he plays bass. But he can play both when he's on his solo. Don't think.
No, they're pretty special, but obviously, it's fun, man. Like I was going to say, it's good to have, to be able to have your laptop and muck around and at least do some stuff while we're in this situation to keep it interesting.
That's for sure, man. That's for sure. And I'm also keen to hear the heavier version of you guys play Help, because I feel like that it can be done. Like, I've only ever heard heavy versions of like Helter Skelter by other bands, but I've never heard Help done. So it'll be interesting.
I think you could do so many heavy
versions. I think we're going to have to make it. I think we're going to have to make it even heavier.
Yeah.
What's that?
Challenge accepted.
All right, guys. I'm looking forward to hearing it. But what are the plans for like when this lockdown ends for you guys? Have you got gigs that are still booked?
No, I think part of the lockdown frustrations is like all the gigs kept getting cancelled. Like the first time we had a lockdown, we got a bunch of gigs cancelled. Then when we started to open up, we played a couple of shows and it was nice and it was great. Then we had another bunch of gigs that got cancelled on the second lockdown. So we kind of just went like, let's just wait until it's actually clear, and then we'll start booking stuff again. So we don't really have anything booked at the moment, other than this Peruvian restaurant thing, but we don't even know when that's starting.
Well, man, that'll be cool. To go and do that gig, and you, Jack, you finally get to show off your Spanish.
Exactly. I'll need to scrub up. I think, man, it's one of those things where you're like, you just need a couple of key things and it gets you through it. But I couldn't even think of anything right now. It's been too long.
And did you ever go back to did you ever take the the boys to Port Macquarie and play a show?
No, we've talked about it a few times and we've driven past it, but it's one of the just the timings never worked out, but it would be cool. Like I've got some mates, I've seen some bands play there. We're not been back for holidays and stuff, but no, we yet to do that on the way to the Goldie or Brizzy. That's definitely something we should do.
And speaking about playing outside of Sydney, where have you guys played?
Well, we played Melbourne a bunch of times and Brisbane. We even played the Gold Coast once.
Yeah,
Newcastle.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, just the usual pit stops.
Yeah.
Geelong.
Oh yeah, we played Geelong. That was a
Oh,
great
yeah.
gig, by the way.
Yeah,
that
that was
Long
awesome.
loose.
Geelong was strange. It was like, I remember we got there and we thought, oh my God, what are we doing? This is going to be a weird gig. But
I
it was
felt
one
like
of the
we're, I
best
feel like
gigs
we're
we've
at the
ever
bar.
played.
I'm not much of a Star Wars person, but there's one scene in Star Wars where they're in a bar and all these like, I'm not hanging shit on them. Just what reminded me was every dude was fucking huge, like
Yeah.
6 foot plus. And I was said to Diego like, holy shit, man! I guess that's why they all play AFL or something because they're massive and they all look, I feel like we were in a bikie bar. They were so nice. It was a sick night and
Yeah, they're the nicest
great
people.
bands. And, but yeah, we felt a little bit like out of place at the beginning, but solid night, good crowd, good gig.
Yeah, it was a good gig.
And what do you reckon has been like the best place that you've played so far?
I think
have to be our home ground at Frankie's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had some awesome gigs at Frankie's, like
Yeah.
just that just don't compare to anything else.
Probably like Halloween. So Halloween's probably the one that sticks in my mind. Everyone at Halloween on Halloween at Frankie's gets dressed up and just gets right into it. And we were dressed up as I was a slutty nun. Diego was a traditional nun, and I don't know what sort of nun you were at the back there.
Oh, he was a priest.
Remember. Oh, you were the
I was
priest. That's right.
I was sorry, dude. I was a bishop. I was a bishop, man. I was in charge.
Yeah. So first time I'd worn knee-high socks and a short skirt, and it was pretty cool. Blood everywhere.
It was very good. And then also we play another gig at Frankie's. It was very close to the last lockdown.
Oh, Freak Flag! It was
the Freak Flag, and that was just sick. That was the best gig I think I've ever played.
Like burlesque dancers and just random bands as well. Like I can't remember the dude's name. It was like sort of some Marilyn Manson like metal, like industrial metal thing, and then like burlesque dancers, and then us, and then one of the top burlesque dancers in Australia was the headliner. It was sick, great.
And this is what I love, Frankie's. That was a Sunday night. We play at like 11:30 or something.
Yeah,
and the place was packed.
It was packed,
like, absolutely packed. It was sick.
And I think it was, like it wasn't too long after we'd done a gig there when you could only sit down, and even then it was packed and everyone got into it. Like that's the beauty of that place. But it was probably not too far into one of the first few gigs that people were allowed to stand up again and fucking drink and be merry, and then not long after that, here we are. So we were pretty stoked. We're pretty stoked to fit that in, actually. Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah, just on that, man, I feel like Frankie's are one of the venue in Sydney that got the model right. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, man. Without Frankie's, like Sydney would be a pretty tough place. Yeah, because there was the Hideaway Bar as well, which was really good.
Yeah.
But then that sort of not so much anymore. Sorry, someone's trying to call me.
What happened to the Hideaway Bar? Just out of curiosity,
I think they changed owners.
Yeah.
And then they changed the name, and then they started putting DJs on, and then I think they want to bring back bands, but I don't know how that's going for them.
Mm.
But yeah, just before we went into lockdown, they were trying to start bringing back some live music.
Yeah, because that place was like really, really hot for a while, and then all of a sudden I just wouldn't hear about it anymore.
Yeah, for a while there, we used to joke that we were the Hideaway house band because we play so many gigs there. Like people just ask us to play with for their shows. We play so many gigs for a little while there, and it was great. Like they always treated you so nicely. The bar staff was great.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a cool place, man. And who has been your the best bands you've played with? You can give a shout out to.
There's so many. I think that's one of the things I like about Sydney and like Australia in general. The quality of the music here, it's insane. Like I get to see it a lot because as you guys know, I do sound at Frankie's. So there are so many great bands here, but possibly, like for me, one of the ones that I always go on about is the Balls from Melbourne. They're just such a sick band. But I don't know, what about you guys?
Yeah, it's I mean, it's hard to keep track. I'm fucking terrible at remember band names, but you know, like we played with the Black Cardinals not long ago, and that was so fucking good.
Yeah,
It's like it's up, you know, there's always a bit of healthy competition, but it just reminds you, like, oh fuck, we should do this. Oh, this is great. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and you know, obviously there's always like
the Fossics, Wicked Things, Fangs, all those guys. You know, everyone supports each other's bands as well. You know, whenever you play, you'll always see someone from one of those bands having a beer and come to show some love. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
I think what Alice said is so true. Like, everyone's so good that you always have to kind of keep pushing it up. Because everyone's just going to put on a good show.
Man, the first time I saw Wicked Things and Fangs, you know, I wanted to take my guitars and dig a hole and throw them in.
I know, they're pretty talented. They're cool.
Oh, they're all so nice too.
Like, oh, dude, they're all lovely, man.
They're nice as dudes.
Yeah, we play we've got a couple other bands as well, like Stacey Gacy and the Swells and stuff like that, which every year we do it. Like they put on this like Christmas gig, and everyone just gets into Christmas. Like it's usually like on the 18th of December or something like that. And you know, there's heaps of cool bands, man, and people trying to get shit started and again, like supporting other people's bands and music and stuff. So yeah, and definitely the Balls for sure.
Oh, they're amazing.
Check them out if you haven't heard them. They're fucking solid.
The good thing about like the band, like the Fossics, Fangs, and Wicked Things, every time you see them, they just get better each time you see them.
Yeah, man,
and they never get boring. I've seen Wicked Things about a few times at different places, and they just get better every time. It just feels like you're seeing them again fresh.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
They're heaps of fun, man. And I guess like the genre of music they play, it just lends itself to party. So it's always good. It's always a good night.
Yeah, the first time I saw Wicked Things was at a place in Marrickville with Hamish's band.
Yeah.
And we were just there early and have a free drinks. And then as soon as they walk in, it just feels like they had people hanging off them. You know, Head of Caleb with his long hair coming in. I'm like, who is these guys? And Hamish was like, that's the Wicked Things. I'm like, holy shit. I thought it was like Led Zeppelin walking into a pub. I was like, it was just entourage of people. It was like, here they are. But they were great people. They're fun, friendly, and it's amazing.
Yeah, that's cool.
They truly live rock and roll. Like they just live and do it.
The way that I'd explain it, it was like Van Halen had fucking shut up. Like, you know,
they were born in the wrong era, those boys, but they're making the most of it. That's for sure.
But instead of like one, you know, like Diamond Dave, it's like there's four of them. You know, they're like like AC/DC had two brothers in the band. These guys,
there's four. That's the best thing.
What hope do any of us have?
No, literally.
Yeah, that was the one question I asked them. Like, how did your parents just have cool ass names for you guys? Because they're all legit names. They're all on the birth certificate. He goes, and then he just started telling the story. I'm like, how cool are your parents have four boys in the same band and just rocking it?
And the dad is also a sick guy. Like, I don't know if you met him, but he's fully into it. He's always at the gigs. So like he follows us on Instagram, so he's sending us
messages. I see him pop up on Instagram. I see him on Instagram. Yeah, he seems to fit in. Good on him.
Yeah, but that's the good thing about Sydney, man. It's like the local bands are cool, and Frankie's again, like it ties it all together. So that's the saving grace at the moment.
Yeah, man. And I was saying in one of the other interviews we'd done recently, is like, I feel like every band that had to go through, you know, this lockdown experience, like everyone, I feel like it's made the music scene just so much tighter.
Yeah.
You know how there's a thing like every 5 years or every year or so, there'll be a couple bands that will rise up above the others. But I feel like this will, you know, kind of, everyone will be, you know, trying to grab everybody and take everybody up with
man.
This.
Hopefully, yeah. And once we can get back out there, it's just going to be fun to hang out with everyone again and just play some gigs and drink some beer.
And I think like one thing that I noticed just doing sound is just before we went into this lockdown, people are just thirsty for live music. Like every gig that I was mixing, it was packed. People were just having so much fun. So it's, in a way, I think it's a really good thing, because people are just so desperate for it now.
Yeah.
So all the gigs are going to be kind of fun.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's hope so. Like, I think they've locked in the date now. It's like the 11th, isn't it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 11th. Opening up hospitality and all that, but it's got still restrictions and all that. And then November is when they have unlimited everything. So by November, everything will probably be
unlimited everything. Now that's what I'm talking about. I'm ready to rock.
I just want to get into a room and crank my amp up. That's all I want to do. Like, I haven't had my amp in such a long time.
This is the most my amp's ever done in 6 months is hold my fucking phone.
On stand. Okay.
You haven't yet, so none of you boys have been, pissing off the neighbours and turning up the cabs or anything. Just once.
Man, it's tempting. No, actually, I think I have. Like they look at me a bit funny, but it's probably just me singing with they can't hear the backing track in my headphones. Like, what the fuck is that guy doing? Just stop singing that over and over and over. But yeah, no.
My amp is so loud. I feel terrible. It's just too loud.
No way.
The little story here of my house, like 2 days ago, is we had tradies on the roof of the neighbor's house, fixing up their roof. But they brought up, those boom boxes that all the tradies seem to have. That same radio for that. Is it Makita or the brother?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all have that same bloody one. But anyway, they woke me up playing, fucking Triple M or something. Anyway, I just thought, fuck these guys. So I open up my window, just turn up my amp as loud as it can go, and just start strumming shit. just to be annoying, back to those guys. Because
what's your go-to riff? What was your go-to riff? Your revenge riff? What did you hit?
Oh man, I just opened the window, just started cracking into A Whole Lot of Love.
Nice.
And then after that, man, I just was like having my Jimmy Page moment of just kind of running, everywhere on the guitar, and just.
Well, they would have loved it, man. Surely.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, man, well, I think they were shocked, to be honest. I feel like one guy kind of jumped back. He jumped a little bit on the just by the sheer volume of it. But
dude falls off roof because Guitar Muso starts shredding out his window.
Led Zeppelin riff kills, man.
If you're gonna die, you may as well die to Led Zeppelin.
Yeah, but I don't think it worked in terms of pissing them off too. I think they were just kind of fuck, what's happening?
Fuck. Probably that's exactly what.
Oh. But have the instruments got dusty over lockdown, or are you still playing?
No, less than dusty. Everything's been fully serviced. I've pulled every guitar apart that I own. I even got I bought this Marshall when I was like a teenager, and I took it and got it serviced about 2 weeks ago for the first time ever. So the guy's like, you've obviously never done this before, because it was like fucking corroded and everything, but now it sounds sick. So that's been a good thing. Yeah, everything's fresh and ready to rock.
Yeah, no, same here. I've been playing heaps, man. It's like the only thing that keeps me going.
Oh, that's good.
Just trying to make the most of the time.
Yeah, it feels like we've got too much time on our hands at the moment.
That's right.
Feels like
it's good. Time. Like, I've been learning heaps of solos that I always wanted to learn.
Hang on, Diego, sorry, we should let the last person answer the question. Ali, have you pulled out your drums and played them?
No, Jackson, I'm
all right, moving on. Thank you.
Seeing that this is
why is that? Why is that, Ali? Tell us why you don't play your drums. Are you that good that you don't need to play your drums?
Yeah, thank you. You just said it. You know what the worst thing is? We're gonna get to rehearsal. You guys are gonna be the first people to fuck up, so that's fine. It's all good.
Yeah, challenges on. Throw it down. I don't know how you do it, man. You just want to.
Ali's got this thing that he just doesn't need to practice, and then whenever we go to a gig or anything, we play the best show of our lives. I play the best solos ever. And you go and have a drink, and people go like, "Oh, great, your drum is amazing." That's everyone everyone always says the same thing. Oh, amazing drumming.
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's Maybelline. You know what? Like, they hate me for it. No, but like honestly, like I wish I had like more time to actually.
You're not good at anything else, so that's what makes me sleep at night.
That's all I have. That's all I have to do.
That's all you have to do.
No one shows up to watch the Dead Riders.
No, they don't. No, that's true.
To hear me speak. Nobody wants to hear me speak. This is my space. This is, let me.
It's not your space, so be quiet. You're very good. Why haven't you played your drums?
See your deal.
Thanks for bringing that up, mate. That's a good question.
I was waiting. I was just waiting for Jackson. Thinking Jackson's going like, I've got a perfect job.
Yeah.
Alejandro, do you have a electric kit, man?
Yeah, that's the worst thing I do, man. It's a long fucking story. It's just
we don't want to hear it. Just fucking set it up and fucking play it, please.
That's right.
It's honestly, I'll still take space. I just don't have, man. So yeah, it's been a pretty shit because I do get to practice on my practice pad as well. Like I've used that well. I also teach. I'm also a drum teacher, so that gives me a chance to practice as well, but not like a full kit or at full volume either. And you don't really get the whole thing. Even with the electric kit, you don't get the whole, I guess, experience. And so that's a bit of a shame. So I'm definitely gonna be really, really rusty, but we practice pretty often with this guy, so hopefully we're gonna get to pick things up pretty quickly. I wish I had more time or space to actually set up my own drum kit, but as you know, we always sharing gear and everything, so drummers sort of kind of make do a little bit more rather than guitarists and carrying their own
fuck me, all I can hear is excuses, man. Take us on a live tour around your I'm sure I could find somewhere to set up that little electric kit.
You know where I can set up my drum kit? At your place, and I can play it.
Bring it. I'll put it next to my electric drum kit.
Yeah.
Mine's in the middle of the lounge room right now.
I'm talking about live drums. There you go. Let's do it.
It feels like Step Brothers at the moment.
Yeah, it is. It's been a while since we've actually. It's been a while since we had a chat, so it's good. I need to get out my calves on this guy.
The dirty laundry, the Dead Riders dirty laundry.
And I feel like, would I be right in saying this, that drummers kind of have like the shittest stick when you're playing live because you're expected to bring their own drums half the time, and then
it's I don't know, like it's 6 of 1, right? It's just when you bring your breakables, then you know what to expect, which is good, but you're still at the mercy of what's there, because like bringing your drum kit is never really going to be an option, even if you have the space and the time or the inclination, because it's just too hard to swap everything. But then you're at the mercy of what's in there. A lot of the time, like for the last couple of years, it's been okay, but there's been the random gigs where like the drum set's not right or whatever, so the guys can hear me fucking going off about it, because you have to share the instrument. You know what happens, because you got a cool snare, you got cool cymbals, and that works, right? But bass drum can maybe moves around, or you had a shit drum kit and stuff. But on the other hand, you have guys that really lend you like really awesome drum kits as well.
Yeah.
So it's literally 50-50. That's why playing somewhere at Frankie's is really good, because you have a good drum kit, and you have that sort of peace of mind as well, because it just makes things more stressful.
Because it's Jordan McDonald's drum kit, that's why.
Right.
Don't use it.
It's so good, man. I don't even have to think about it. I know I'm gonna rock up and it's just there. That's why I love playing there as well. It just makes things easier, at least for me as a drummer as well. And I guess if we headline a few more shows, then I'll be the ones bringing the drums and stuff. But we've been lucky that we've been invited to play shows, and usually everybody's really good with gear and stuff. But there's always a bit of a risk, I guess. Jackson just walked out in the middle of my interview. Why you walk out, Jackson? I was saying important stuff. He's already switched off his camera, Jackson. This is rehearsal for us, guys. This is how it is.
This is literally what rehearsals is about for us.
Nobody wants to listen to Ali. It's all right.
Oh man, why do drummers seem to cop all the shit too? Like all the jokes are always about the drummers.
I don't know. I know, and there's some really fucking good drummer jokes. I'm like, I shouldn't be laughing myself, but it's something weird, man, because even today's day, I still feel more comfortable talking to the drummer straight away, because it's like there's some I don't know,
like a different breed.
Yeah, because I can say, hey man, can I borrow your X, Y, and Z? They're like, yeah, I know, here it is, right? Whereas if you ask a guitarist, or can I borrow your hi-hat pedal, whatever, they're like, oh, why don't you put this together? It's just different, man. It's good people, Diego. Drummers are good people. Don't forget. So it's just an affinity between like musicians as well. It's just different. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
And singers always seem to be good, like drummers. I always see a crossover between like really good singers seem to have really, good rhythm as well, and also have a hobby of playing drums. Have you noticed that as well? Can you sing?
No, not really. I can't really sing. I did some at the beginning when we started playing with the guys. Did some backing vocals, but I got kicked out of my own band, so I didn't do any more backing vocals anymore. So I just stuck to drums.
We just took the mic away.
It was a very difficult conversation that needed no words. You just don't set him up a mic, and I think
that's it. Literally bully. But that's all right. I guess I get most of the adulation during the gig, so I'm still happy with that. But you know what's funny? It's usually like Jackson. Jackson's okay. It's usually like the same progressions. Like drummer wants to be bass player. I don't know what they want to be. Guitarist wants to play drums, and they can't. So that's why drummers play drums, and that's it. What do you think, Jackson?
Yeah, I agree.
Thanks, man.
Well, there you go. How long we've been going for here, boys? I lost track of time.
Yeah, I had to.
Been almost an hour, but you guys been so much fun.
Thanks.
It feels like we might have to start paying you guys to do some band practice in here before the chatty between you guys.
Yeah, man. I got a lot
pretty
of stuff.
funny out there in the rehearsal room.
So
especially funny. Sorry. Especially funny when Diego and Jackson start arguing. That's the best.
Doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who wins?
What do you touch my amp for? Don't touch my amp. Everybody can touch my drum kit, but nobody can touch your amp. So
definitely Step Brothers. That's a good scene from the Step Brothers.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right, guys. I reckon we should end the interview like here. But before we go, is there anything that you guys want to plug before we start to wrap it up?
No, I guess just keep an eye out for our socials and all that stuff, because like Jack said before earlier on today, we've been working a lot of stuff, and we got a lot of stuff that we still will be releasing eventually. So when we're ready to do so, we'll be plugging the crap out of it.
Nice. When's that help? When's your help cover coming out?
We'll do a little help cover home iPhone video or something for it soon. Hopefully, man. Yeah, it's just still trying to wrap my head around the recording side of things. Playing it's one thing, but then you got to try and do it all yourself. So, but no, man, we'll put it out. We'll put it out soon. Hopefully, yeah.
It's almost there.
Yeah.
Man, also like you should throw the video up on like TikTok or something as well of you guys, doing that. It's really weird. I've been watching like
good call.
My girlfriend's got me into TikTok and going down that rabbit hole of shit and just seeing how many people get views, really good, fucking amazing views, like recreating that type of stuff.
I know, man. It's nuts, TikTok, but that's a good idea. We'll definitely do that.
Cheers,
we did start a TikTok account just before the lockdown again started, but that's just sitting there doing nothing at the moment.
Dude, you should put up these arguments between you guys, like drummer versus the singer, like all
that's
that
a great idea.
That's what you want to see.
That's such a good idea, man. It's much more interesting than listening to us play, I think. Just our arguments. That's good. I like it.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming on, and man, this has been so fun.
Thanks for having us, man.
You guys are awesome, man. Appreciate it. This has been cool, man.